Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Saturday to you. I hope you're well. Beautiful day in Brighton. A few clouds, but it's beautiful. Anyway, if you jump on, say hi, and I hope you're well wherever you are. I hope you're feeling good. A little video, just haven't been on live for a few days. I'm here staying at my parents' house, kind of helping nurse my dad, and so I didn't do a fuck it Friday yesterday, and I think I did a Wise Up Wednesday. Hey Connor, how you doing, my friend? I hope you're well. How's the old ticker, mate? Let me know. I hope that pressure pain has gone. Yeah, I hope you're well. So anyway, I'm here. Obviously, we're staying at my parents' house, so I haven't been here. I haven't been on much, and I missed Fuck It Friday. And then I thought, which I normally do at 8:30 on a Friday morning. And I thought, I'll do it in the evening. But then I just didn't have the strength last night, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling pretty drained right now. It's day 9, I think. My dad collapsed last Thursday, so it's day 9, and yeah, I'm being really honest with myself today, and I feel drained. I'm okay, but I just feel really drained. But I kind of titled the video, do you like to fix things? Because I think that's me. I'm a fixer. I like to fix things. My sister calls me the sheriff. I like to take responsibility, and I like to like my brother is here and my sister's here and I'm here, and I'm the youngest. My brother is, he keeps his distance. Doesn't talk about emotions and things like a lot of men, sadly. And my sister's very pragmatic and maybe not as emotional or as comforting as me, and I don't mean that in a bad way, because she's who she is and I'm who I am. But I'm like the lioness, I guess, kind of very protective of my dad and what's going on, and being around him and making sure he can't feel any pain and his bed sores are cared for and all of those things. But I'm a protector. I like to fix things, and I think this is a situation where I can't fix it. I think that's why I do what I do, why I coach and I mentor and I speak and motivate, because I like to affect change. I like to help people create change, improve themselves and improve their lives. And I just always want to mend things. I always want to make things better for people. Like my mum, literally, this is what made me think about this live. My mum's washing machine leaked this morning, so I'm there helping her, trying to sort it out. And then I've come out to sit in the garden just to get a bit of fresh air, because I realise that I am completely drained myself. And my niece was here, and she's just talking to my mum, and I said, "Oh, is everything all right?" And I just went through my head in a nanosecond that I always have to be the one that goes and fixes things, or tries to fix things, tries to sort things out, tries to mend things, repair things, helping is ultimately what it's about. And I just wondered if anyone else was like that, I guess, really. And that's, it's not a bad thing. I like to take charge, and I like to take control, and mostly of myself. That's why I do the things that I do in terms of mentoring and coaching and daily routines and structures and all of that. That's about control, me controlling my life, living intentionally, living deliberately, living on purpose. And when we're in control, it's very freeing. It's not like I want to control people, not at all. Or, control situations. I can't control it. I can't control what's happening to my dad. I can be there and I can do everything that I can do, support my mum and attend to my dad as much as I can, but I can't control what's happening to his body. So there's an element of control, but it's more about me controlling it. But I'd like to go and fix things and make things good again. Maybe, I don't know if that makes sense. Let me know anyway if it does in the comments, if any of that makes sense, what I'm trying to ramble on and share with you. And maybe you don't think it's appropriate to talk about some of this stuff, you know. And I know some people don't, you know. And then there's other people that do think it's okay, you know, share how you're feeling, share your journey. It helps other people. And I love talking and sharing stuff, and I do think it helps. I think, you know, when we don't talk and we don't open up, that's when problems arise. I always I use the analogy of us human beings being like a garden. So if you see yourself as a beautiful garden, you know, beautiful colourful eyes and skin and, you know, teeth, and you know, everything about you is beautiful, and you're like a beautiful garden. But your mind, occasionally weeds creep into the garden, right? Like in any garden. My mum's got an amazing garden. I'm in my mum's garden now. She's got a beautiful garden because she loves her garden. So she tends to her garden every single day. She will come out here and do something, but still weeds come in. But they don't take over. Why? Because she's consistent in her effort, and she's out here every day picking up the weeds and tending to the garden and nurturing it and watering it. And that's how you have to look at yourself. Use that analogy for yourself. So weeds will inevitably come in. Life will be difficult because that's just how it fucking well is. But make sure you tend to the weeds on a daily basis. And I realise these last 9 days that when I felt a bit stronger at the beginning of all this, didn't take so much notice of the weeds. But definitely today, I know that some weeds have crept in and I need to tend to the weeds. So hence I'm just sitting out here in the garden in the sunshine. I'm going to go and get a walk in a minute, get my little doggy, and I'm tending to the weeds. I hope that makes sense. Hey Jess, how you doing? Sharon, good morning. Hey, my cousin's on. Hey darling. Connor, I'm sorry to hear you were still in discomfort. I don't know if you're working yet. When can you get back to work? Maybe you need to just take it easier a bit longer, mate. It's fun having you on this planet, so don't be going doing anything stupid. Morning Jess, morning Rich, morning Sandra, hey Ria, hey Deb, Karen, hey Karen. Think you would be first to tell others that they have to look after themselves, before they can help others. You can't give if you're low on energy. I would absolutely would be like that, Karen. I would. And I, you know, I guess it's extreme circumstances. I always talk about things and like don't sweat the small stuff and all of that shit, because we worry about a lot of shit, don't we, us human beings? It really doesn't matter when it all comes down to it. The only thing that we have to worry about is life and death. You know, that really is 99% of stuff that we fucking worry about is not worth worrying about. But one of the things I was thinking about yesterday was that when we have pain and suffering within ourselves and we're struggling, how do you treat yourself? That's the most important time for you then to turn within and your self-care levels to go up. But so many of us, because we're in so much pain and struggle, we turn to other things, or we neglect ourselves. Like, you know, last year when I was in a lot of pain in the beginning part of last year, I didn't eat. I just completely neglected myself. The thing that I kept doing was running and my exercise, but I didn't eat properly. I found it hard to journal and do all of the things that I know that are good for me. So I've got through this last week, and I've realised now that I'm slipping, and I'm self-aware to know enough that actually I can't let that continue, and that I have to address it and I have to take some action. And like you said, Karen, I wouldn't tell other people to do that, so I'm addressing that myself. And I'm just sharing that. I'm not perfect. I'm a work in progress. Yeah, absolutely, Jess. Yeah, it's tough. Hey, Anne, how you doing? Karen, makes total sense that you want to help. There's lots of proof that helping others fulfills. It does. There is loads of proof, Karen, that helping other people lifts you. I read an article about that the other day, about how beneficial it is to help other people. When you're struggling yourself, one of the best things you can do for yourself is to go and help somebody else. It gives them a boost, and vice versa. It will give you a boost as well. So it's like a win-win situation. But obviously, the situation with my dad doesn't feel like much of a win-win. It's a very weird situation. I've never been in a weird situation like this. Not the dying part. I accept that we all die and that we have to leave this earth. My dad's a very practical man. He's always been very practical and pragmatic about death. But the long suffering that's going on. Not that they're trying to make sure that he isn't suffering, but this morning again he was suffering, and that upsets me. And he's got bed sores, and that upsets me. But that we're pumping him with more and more morphine every day, more and more I forget what it's called, Medlodam or something, and all these other drugs that they're pumping into him every day to make him comfortable, to sedate him, when he would not have wanted any of this. I've struggled to find the meaning in it all, that I haven't been able to help him to the extent that I would have liked to have helped him to leave with dignity, to leave by choice rather than being forced to stay a bit longer. I know they're not forcing him to stay so much because they're just making sure he's not in pain, but in some ways it still feels like he's being forced to remain. I'm just struggling for the meaning in it all, and I'm just sharing that with you guys, and I hope you allow me to do that. And if you don't like it, then at the end of the day you don't have to watch it, do you? Maybe I'll look back on it and I'll just delete it all, I don't know. Sharon, it's vital we share things like this. If it makes someone uncomfortable, they can choose if they want to explore the discomfort or switch off and ignore. Exactly, yeah, you're absolutely right. Jess, I have similar traits. I'm a carer and I want to fix and solve and ultimately make people happy. But when I can't fix something, I can't seem to make someone happy, I get sad feelings of failure. Anyway, I want to say take the time for you too. Thank you, darling. Yeah, I don't know. I've tried to fix lots of things, I guess. Morning, Lorraine. Morning, Annette. You'll remember my dad, Annette. It's coming to the end of his life, sadly, and I'm just here with Mum. We're just nursing him at home. But I highly expect my dad to pass away today, if I'm honest. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know. But he's definitely not got a lot left in him. His heart is failing him now. His breathing is laboured, and but he's had a good innings. 87, incredible age, really. But it's just the way that this has come about. The last 2 years have been a lot of pain and suffering, especially the last year, and not being able to help him, or in a position to take him to Switzerland. His mind wasn't really clear enough, I don't think, that we would have been able to do that for him. But it's made me think about my death. It's made me think about talking to my mum about her death. It's made me, like I said, search for meaning. You search for meaning, of course you do, in these situations. When Tony died, my sister's partner, I searched for meaning in that. I don't understand it. My mum believes in God, and I'm not a believer. I'm not very religious. I'm not religious, and I definitely don't. This makes me think there can't be a God. Why would you make my dad suffer these last couple of years? Like I say, especially this last year, because he's a good man. He's a kind man. He always tried to make people laugh. Always had silly things to say to us kids, and why? And even now, like this last 9 days, and how like me and my sister and my mum are having to turn him and clean his bum and clean his catheter and clean. He would have hated that. I don't hate doing it. I'll proudly do it for my dad, but he would have hated that. And we're left with no choice but to do it, other than to leave him there or get carers to come and do it, which again he would hate even more than us doing it, I think, and which is why. And my mum doesn't like people in the house, so I'm happy to do it, but I'm just struggling for the meaning of it all. And I'm sorry if this isn't making any sense. I'm just giving you my ramblings. Sandra saying, when I cared for my dad, I had so many mixed emotions. I'm so glad me and my sisters were there in the end. It was hard to watch our rocks slipping away. Yeah. Hey Lisa, how you doing? Hey Rebecca, how you doing? Hey Helen, I hope you're well anyway. So, the live was really just to ask you guys how many of you are like fixers. You try and fix things, you try and mend things, you try and make things good again. I enjoy that role. I enjoy trying to people coming to me for advice and to try and help with things, whether that's as people come to me and ask me about property, how to get into property investing, and how what they need to do. I love that. I've done property. I still have a property portfolio. I love that. People come to me for advice within my life coaching and stuff like that. People come and ask me to go and speak at things to motivate. I love doing that because I'm helping people, and I feel like I'm helping them find solutions to their problems. So I'm a fixer, and this is a situation where I'm not able to fix anything other than to make sure I take care of myself and others. Thanks, Lorraine. Karen, you don't need to delete anything. More people on this planet need to be so honest. I've been watching your videos offline. I work when you're usually live for the last couple of weeks, and you are simply inspiring. It is your genuine honesty, openness that has so impressed and reassured me. I look forward to spending time in your company because you tell the truth. Both your positives and your struggles don't change. Thank you. That really means a lot. Really, really means a lot. I really appreciate that comment. And that, Karen, is why I do it. I think one of the things I've said for a long time is a few things that I say consistently is self first, prioritise yourself. Which, weirdly, me sitting in this garden talking to you, that's me prioritising myself. I haven't been live for a couple of days, and it's what I love to do and help and support and hope that what I share helps someone else find a solution or helps someone take a step forward. That's why I do it. And the other thing is I'm big on being you, being authentic. And like I said at the beginning of this video, some people will not appreciate me talking about this right now and this struggle, this pain. But I know what some people hate about it. There will be other people that love it. And that's just life. There's a paradox in everything. For every positive there's a negative, every negative there's a positive. That's just how it is. And all I'm doing is being me. And people have a choice, and that's the thing, we always have a choice. That's another thing I talk about a lot. We always have a choice. People will tell themselves they don't have a choice because it's the easiest person to lie to is yourself. And you tell yourself you don't have a choice, but it's not that you don't have a choice. It's that you don't want to deal with the consequences of that choice. It's a bit like saying, well, I can't quit my job. I don't have any choice but to do this job. You have a choice. You just don't want to deal with the discomfort of not having a job, not having a regular, consistent income. That's what you don't want to deal with. You've got to dig a little bit deeper. So we always have a choice. So people have a choice to watch or not watch. But I really, really appreciate that message, Karen. It made me quite emotional reading that. But, when I get messages from people about, coaching and mentoring and speaking, honestly lifts me so much because I've struggled so long to push myself out there for what I love to do, and every message I get just makes me realise that I'm doing the right thing and I'm just being me. And I know people will criticise me for talking about this stuff, for being live about this stuff, for being honest about how I feel, but I don't care. I'm past caring about it. I can't worry about what other people think or other people's judgments and opinions. When you live your life, according to the judgment and opinions of others, you're not free. You're still shackled to them. And I used to do that so much, growing up as a black kid in a white family, growing up gay, not wanting anyone to know and keeping it completely secret and feeling like the weirdest, freakiest kid in the world. And I pretended for probably at least half of my life to be something I'm not, more than that. And I'm just done with it, because how can you ever be free? How can you ever be happy if you can't bring yourself to the world. And you whoever's watching this, you are unique, you are individual. You will inspire somebody by just being you. And if you're out living your life pretending to be this or to be that and to be happy when you're not, and you can't ever be truly happy like that. And I haven't been pretending to be happy this week, but what I haven't done is put myself high enough on the priority list. And that's what today is about, and that's what I'm sharing. I'm just sharing that little bit with you. Hey Ria, how you doing? Lorraine, I'm a fixer, but sometimes can't fix things, and the helplessness it makes you feel you can be so incredibly hard. It's horrible not being able to fix, like even with my dad. Like, I know I haven't been able to fix my dad for a long time, but one of the hardest things is that this situation, the best outcome is that my dad passes away, and that sounds horrible. And if I could have helped my dad on his way, I absolutely would have done it, and I considered it, because to watch someone that you love and care about suffer and be in pain is almost too much to bear. It's just horrible. Like this morning, he was in pain again at 6 o'clock, and I just couldn't, but I was straight on the phone to the nurses because I don't want him to be suffering. It's just horrible. And that's what I can't fix. I can't fix the pain, but equally, I can't help him on his way either. I can't help him get his wings. And I think that's like today, like I'm just searching for the meaning in it. When you want desperately to fix things and to make things better, you can't. It's just really, really, really hard. Thank you, Jess, for your comments. Lorraine, never stop being you. It's the greatest gift that you have to the world. Thank you, honey. Hey, Jules, how you doing? Thanks for watching. So, that's my life for today, guys. I'm sorry, I know now, don't get me wrong, I know lots of people aren't bloody hanging out waiting for my lives on a Friday morning, but I'm sorry didn't do my Fuck It Friday. We're doing Suck It Saturday. Yeah, let's do Suck It Saturday. And I need to keep doing this stuff because, one of the last meaningful conversations I had with my dad, which was probably a couple of weeks ago, was him. He said, don't keep coming here every day. Go and do your thing. And he meant that in the kindest, deepest, loving way, because he knew, and he knows, I hope he still knows, that I wanted to do this kind of stuff. I wanted to speak, I wanted to coach, I wanted to help people. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, he's like, don't be here fussing with me. Go and do the things, go out into the world and do what you want to do. And he knew what I wanted to do. So I'll hold on and I'll cherish that conversation. But me doing this is almost like, I'm doing what my dad wanted me to do. Karen, you can't fix the pain, but he'll know you are there. Also think about what you're doing for your mum. Yeah, one of the palliative care nurses is here this morning, and she, obviously we've seen a lot of them over the last 9 days. Just, she was really sweet with me actually, and just said, you're just, doing amazing things for your dad. Will know what you're doing for him, and your mum will, what you're doing for your mum is equally amazing. So, I wouldn't have it any other way, and that's just who I am. I believe my dad can hear me. I believe him. I watched the cricket with him last night. I laid down on the bed under the sheet with him. I know it sounds weird, and like my sister said, it's a bit weird, and my brother can't do it and stuff. I want to do it. I laid down, I said to Mum, the cricket's on, I'm going to go and watch it with Dad. He liked the cricket. He liked sport. That's where I get a love of sport from my dad. And he was a badminton champion, my dad. County badminton champion. So I just put the cricket on for him, and we laid under the sheet, and I just turned it up, and I just hope that he can hear it. Yeah, cricket. I don't like cricket, Karen, to be honest with you, but I know my dad likes it. So I put it on, and I told him the score, and I was telling him about he was getting wickets and runs and things, and I just hope that he could hear me. I believe he can hear me, and palliative care nurses tell me, Yeah, I got what you mean, Karen, don't worry. I know what you meant. Yeah, I believe he can hear me, so I just keep talking to him. I keep telling him that I'm proud that that he was my dad, and I'm proud that, everything we did together. He helped me get into property, really. He gave me the first buy-to-let house that I bought for my sister, because my sister's partner had died, and she was not homeless because she was living with us, but I had to change my plan around property, and I remortgaged one of my houses to get the deposit, and then he gave me an additional £5,000 to get my first buy-to-let. And then me and my dad turned it from a 2-bedroom into a 3-bedroom. And then I went on and bought another one, and he helped me do all of those. He'd come and do the floor. He's a floor layer by trade. He came and did the floors, tiling. At 80, I think, what was he, 80? I think he was like 83. He was still, I bought a house just up the road here. He helped me take the fireplace out at 83 years old. I've got a photo of it. My sister showed it to me the other day. I'm going to put it on here. And he looked so diddy, because as you get older, you get shorter. But still at 83, he was coming knocking out fireplaces at me and doing property. And I'll always be grateful for all of those skills that he taught me around property and stuff. Connor, your dad sounds like mine. My dad played cricket for decades, and he was a badminton champ too. Cool, Connor. As well as a boxer, amateur athlete, ballroom dancer, and just a total sportsman. My mum and dad, up until last year, went ballroom dancing. They learnt to ballroom dance probably 25, 30 years ago. And my mum is an amazing dancer. She is. And my dad always used to say couldn't keep up with her. And sadly, in the last couple of years, it's been really difficult for my dad they always go and stay away in the Grand Hotel, like in Eastbourne or in Brighton, and do dancing. But the last couple of years, it's been hard for my dad to keep up with my mum, because my mum's still very fit and well. But he's tried, bless him. But he's gone, and like I remember the last time we went, I think, which was last year, beginning of last year, he probably did about 3 dances with her. But yeah, absolutely the same, Connor. I don't think he was into boxing or anything, but he liked cricket. And we grew up doing athletics, and that is because of my dad, and he took us to athletics competitions, and I remember him taking me at weekends to some competitions and stuff. He was never a pushy dad or anything like that. He would just take us and let us get on with it. He was always a guy that was like, you learn by your own mistakes. He never tried to actually guide us really in any way like that. It was just, I believe he was just letting us make our own mistakes. And I believe that's probably one of the best ways, because you become more resilient. And I think that's what's helped me with my resilience. He just let us get on with it. Hey Lucia, how you doing? Yeah, he's a legend. He is. Hey Vic, how you doing, darling? Property is an amazing thing to get into. It is, Lucia. It is. Hey Tree, how you doing? It is. It's been very good to me. It's meant that I haven't had to go out and get a conventional job, and I've been able to be my own boss for 20 years. I've had many highs and lows. I've lost a lot of money through property, and it's been hard work. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It's hard work building a portfolio. It's hard work renovating properties. And I've been involved in some investment schemes that went massively wrong. I lost 100 grand overnight once. That was quite a stomach turning situation. You learn a lot, but you learn more from your losses, so they say. And I'm certainly learning a lot right now. My dad, Connor, saying, my dad once told me, listen kid, if you've learned by your mistakes, you'll be a mastermind. Charming. I love your dad. He's brilliant, Connor. Yeah, my dad always says you got to make your own mistakes, and don't ask, don't get was another thing he always said to me. He always made me just keep knocking on doors, as it were, looking for opportunities. And my friend Helen we talk about my story, and I'm trying to get a TEDx talk. So we've been kind of cultivating my story so that I can get on a TEDx talk. And she calls me the persistent opportunist, and I like that. And I think my dad would be proud of that, because he taught me to be persistent, knocking on doors. You have to be, have all the academia in the hard. Be a doer. And I think I am a doer, and I am persistent, and I've got a lot of that from my mum and dad. Connor, 100 grand, that's a bowel loosener. I tell you, Connor, that was not a fucking good time in my life. And it's happened twice. And there's been a 50k in there, so $250,000 there's been over the years. I'm not sure which one was worse, because one was sort of like 96k. That was a gradual decline, and then it was gone. And then there was the 99k. I call it 100k, but it was 99k. Yeah, that was fucking horrible. I'm not gonna lie. The 50k one wasn't so bad, but anyway, yeah, I'll tell you about it one day. It was, I actually was suicidal after the second 100k. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I remember leaving the house, and I don't remember what I did after that. It was that bad. But it's just money, and money, I've learned, is fucking infinite. It's you can get more money. There's plenty more money in the world. There isn't plenty more time. You can't buy more time. You can't bargain for it. You can't go down Tesco's and get any more of it. Literally, this whole fucking however long I've been talking, gone. Can't get it back. That's the most important thing, time, and what you do within that time. Money, you can get it back. Lucia, it's hard work, making mistakes. It's all part of the process of success. It is. You know, people look at you, don't they, and mock you when you make mistakes, or you get it wrong, or you cock it up, or you're trying something else again. Somebody once called me fickle, not in terms of my relationships, but in terms of jumping from job to job to job and thing to thing to thing. But the one thing I've consistently done for 20 years is property. And so I've been in property for 20 years, but I've done a lot of other things along the way. And somebody once called me fickle, but I don't think that I am fickle. I think I just keep trying new things until something clicks and something works. And you have to make mistakes. If you're gonna, there's one way I can guarantee that you won't fail. What's the one way to guarantee that you won't fail? It's not to try. So if you don't want to fail, don't fucking try. Don't turn up. Don't make an effort. Don't take any action. Sit at home and hide in your little bunker. Then you won't fail. That's what fucking happens. So I don't care if someone wants to call me fickle for trying new ventures, for trying new businesses. I've had a cleaning business, a furniture business. I've had another cleaning business. I've done stocks and trading and all of that, which I love because I love numbers and maths. That's my only thing that I'm really any good at when it comes to academia. I've tried loads of different businesses. If I think about it, if I sit down, I've tried different jobs when I was younger, but I was just testing and measuring. That's what life's about as well. Testing and measuring. I've got a lot of people in, a lot of lovely ladies that are in one of my groups at the moment, one of my paid groups, and even my one-to-one clients, actually, they get a lot of overwhelm and they get a lot stuck, and it's people come to me for that kind of stuff, which I feel really privileged to help with. But when you get stuck, and people get stuck and they think, well, I don't know what to do with my life, I don't know what business I want, I don't know what career I want, I don't know what I want to do. Do you know what you need to do? There's two things you need to do. You need to brain dump the shit out of it, so get rid of everything that's in your head, write it down, draw it, doodle it, whatever works. And the second thing you need to do, go fucking try stuff. Doesn't matter. Just, if you've got 5 ideas, pick one and try it and see how you get on and see how it fits, see how it feels. The old ones are still there, the old paths are still there, and then if it doesn't feel right, it doesn't work, go and try one of the other ones. Test it, measure it, see how it feels. Does the coat fit? Does it feel comfortable? That's how you learn. There's no failure in that. There's no fucking, shame in that. And that's all I think I've done, is just tried. I've failed loads. But I tell you what, if you look at all the greats in this world, all the successes in this world, like Les Brown is a great mentor of mine and a personal friend of mine. And he talks to me, and I've had some amazing conversations with him. And all the stuff he did in the early days, all the rejections, all the no's, all of that stuff, that was just him. But he got back up and he tried again and he went again. Even when they said he couldn't have a job, he went back and he went back. And he just tried and tried and tried again. And look what happened to Les. You know, Les is a massive inspiration of mine because he was abandoned child. He was educationally, mentally retarded. That was what he's classed at in school. So he left school with nothing. He was basically told the only job he could get was like in a sewer or a truck driver, a bin lorry. Look where Les Brown is, and if you don't know who he is, look him up. He inspires me every day. When I think about wanting to be a motivational speaker and standing on big stages and being an inspiration to the masses, I always think of Les and how many times he's fallen and got back up, fallen and got back up, lost money, got back up. And he comes from, he doesn't have, academia. He doesn't have qualifications like me or anything like that. I don't have qualifications either. And he inspires me. Imagine that, a black man in fucking 50s, 60s trying to pave his way and stand on stages with Jim Rohn and people like that. And he did it because he never gave up. He just fell down and got back up, fell down and got back up. So if anyone calls you fickle for trying, fucking go show them. Go show them by your success and keep going. Because the biggest failure of all is not fucking even trying. Not even trying. That's the biggest failure of all. I realise I'm on a bit of a rant now. Hey Christina, how you doing? That is true. Yeah, bowel loosener. I love that, Connor. I'm going to remember that for a long... Definite bowel loosener. How many bowel looseners have you had in your lifetime? I've had 3. When it comes to money, anyway. Sandra, we bought a house to do up and sell. Didn't happen, and the kids moved in. Oh, yeah. You're supposed to get rid of it, or flip it, or remortgage it. It's probably do BRR, which will work really well right now in this pandemic and stamp duty and the property market. God, Diet Coke went down the wrong way. BRR, buy, refurbish, refinance. So you buy something. Obviously try and get it below market value, which is what I've done with all of my property. Never bought them at market value. Buy something that needs doing up, or you can change. Like my very first one I bought was a 2-bed. I knew I could make it a 3-bed, and I literally added 20 grand overnight, spending 500 quid by doing that. So yeah, buy it, refurb it, or adapt it, or whatever, and then refinance it. So you get all of your money out. So you've basically got a free house that's cash flowing, and you've got all your money out, your deposit that you put in, or your cash, whatever you did, and to go on and do the next one. But yeah, if your kids move in, then I hope they're paying you good rent. Connor, it could be worse. You could have lost all that money and then bought a fossil ward. Those things are truly woeful. Oh, I love you, Connor. You always make me laugh. I want a Rolex, Connor. I know you'll probably say that piece of shit, but I don't know if you would actually. Let me know. I don't know what your opinion is on Rolex. I mean, I'll wear a Garmin watch now just for my running. It's not glamorous, it's not pretty, it's functional. I can't afford a Rolex, by the way. Sandra, typical Gemini, I have to keep doing different things. I'm a Gemini as well, Sandra, and yeah, I like variety. I like spontaneity. You have to keep trying different things. You've got to keep the fire going, right? Yeah. You got to keep doing something different. Lucy is saying she loves trading. Yeah, I do as well. I love money and I love numbers. Always been really massively interested in it, in the stock market. Karen, not all people criticise. I just find that those people tend to have the loudest voices, biggest impact and longest resonance. Did I say that right? It's taken years to try and dim their impact in my world and open up to more people like you. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Isn't it funny that the negative people have fucking loud voices? Why is that? Is that because we allow that to happen? Like the newspapers, it's all negative. All the fucking bullshit has the loudest voices. How can we make optimism, positivity, kindness, self-care, all of those kind of things? Why can't we make all of that stuff louder? Why? I don't know why. And I guess it's part of my mission to make optimism and positivity and kindness and treating ourselves, taking care of ourselves first, making all of that stuff louder. And I'm massively big about that, because when you put yourself first, which is absolutely necessary, by the way, then and you're optimistic, you can't always be positive, and it's very difficult sometimes to be optimistic, but optimism is more important than positivity. You know, when you can do that and you can take care of yourself and make yourself, you know, the priority, you can go out in the world and you can fucking shine as bright as possible. Imagine if you are this, which you are, by the way, this amazing human being that's got this amazing gift to give to the world, but you use tons of your energy on fighting fires for other people and dealing with their bullshit and surrounding yourself with negativity and giving to your kids and giving to your partner and giving to your job. How are you going to be able to go out and shine the brightest? Because half of your energy has gone to other shit before you've recharged yourself, reset yourself, replenished yourself. If you take care of yourself first, you replenish your energy, your resources, you'll take care of your mindset, protect your peace. If you do that all first, your cup is like up here, your energy, your battery level is up here, and then you go out to the world, and then you've got tons to give to your friends and your family and your work and whatever else it is that you want to do in the world. That's why taking care of yourself first is necessary. And I know a lot of people don't get that, but they should. They absolutely should. And that's my mission, to help people do that. Too many people spend too much fucking bullshit time doing bullshit jobs that they hate, spending their time with bullshit people. I won't do it. And my timeline is filtered that way as well. I don't, if something comes up on my timeline and it causes me pain or discomfort, it's fucking gone. I don't spend my time watching it, reading it, or interacting with it. I don't get involved in that bullshit. You have a choice and you have control over those things. Control the controllables. Thank you, Lucia. Connor, I started my own brand when a friend who is a superstar businessman said, "What's stopping you?" Nothing was stopping me, so I gave it a go, and it's been the best thing ever. Yeah, you're doing freaking ace. I want to know who the superstar businessman is who told you that. But yeah, what's stopping you? I always say that to people. What's stopping you? What stops? Do you know what number one thing that stops most people? Themselves. Crazy, isn't it? We stop ourselves because we think, what if I fail? What if it goes wrong? What if I lose some money? What if I lose face? What if people judge me? What if people criticize me? What if? FD7SU8. I don't know what that means, Karen. Anyway, how's curbing the swearing going? Not great, Rhea, probably. I don't know how many times I've sworn in this live. I saw a thing the other day and it was like, you had to write this thing out about how you're seen by others, like on social media and stuff like that. And I think one of the things would be potty mouth, being real, being a bit of a potty mouth. But it is me, and it is me. Japanese proverb, it is fall down 7 times. Oh yeah, of course, yeah, sorry, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Yeah, absolutely, abso-freaking-lutely. It's a great one as well, Karen, really good one. Lucia, you're cool, love listening to you, you're very inspirational. Thank you very much. Yeah, yes to BRR, buy, refurbish, refinance. That's the way to go right now, in my opinion anyway. Connor, my 5th trip to rehab was a bowel loosener. I thought it was a week or 2 with my feet up, wrong. 6 fucking weeks, more like. Yeah, it's always longer than you think it's going to be, Connor. I say that, and this is a completely off tangent compared to what you just spoke about, was that when I'm doing up houses, there's a couple of things I always say. One of the things is, it'll always take longer than you think it will, and it will always cost more money than you think it's going to cost. That's so fucking true. These things always take much longer than you think they will. Connor's saying, Rolex are great, just don't buy a brand new one. Save a few quid with a pre-owned one, or save even more by asking me to make a bespoke watch from identical Swiss parts. Now there's a plan, Connor. Now there's a plan, because you know one day I'm coming to you for a watch. So keep that fucking ticker going, and I'll be coming to you for a watch. And we'll do a Rolex identical. No bullshit. Yeah, that's me, Jess. Morning, Luke. I say morning. I have no idea what time is. But anyway, guys, it's been lovely talking to you. I know it's kind of been a bit of a long and winding road, this talk, this chat, and I love it when you all get involved and you send your comments. It really inspires me, and that's where I get my energy from. I've really noticed that about myself. Since doing way more lives and helping more people and coaching and just guiding more people, that my energy comes from helping and helping people find their own solutions. that gives me energy. You know, doing these lives and getting feedback and getting you guys talking and getting you guys making shifts, that's where I get my energy from. I get my energy from people. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for tuning into my lives. I know there's a few of you on here that come on regularly, and I really appreciate it, because I hope that it helps you, but actually you guys help me. So I really appreciate that. I feel more energetic already to go back in the house and go and see my dad, and then I'm going to take myself for a walk this afternoon and boost my energy again, and put me at the top of the tree. Number one. Remember, it starts with you.